Hello. I'm just gonna wait a few minutes. I know you guys are gonna be watching this later, so let me just wait. I'll just wait like 2 minutes, okay? And then I will start. Okay. Let's see. Okay, because I know this will be on for like 24 hours, so you guys can see this 24 hours later. So what I'm gonna do is start now. Why wait? You guys are gonna see this later anyway, right? Okay. So, hi Zuria. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. So sorry. I tend to butcher the names. Okay, so hello everybody. My name is Selda. I want to thank Dermacol for having me here. I've been a huge fan of this right here. Okay, it's backwards because of the camera, but you know what product I'm talking about. So I've been a huge fan of them for years. Sorry, thanks Bianca. I'm not wearing makeup yet on my face. I just have my eyes done, but thank you. So, what was I saying? Oh, don't mind the angle of like the camera because the stand I'm using is kind of broken, so I'm like, I have it twisted in a million different directions. I don't even know. But as long as you can see me, we're good. And I have a towel here because I tend to get super duper messy. So in case you see this and wonder what the hell, it is what it is. Okay. So, hello. Yes, I know, they're amazing. So what I want to do is I'm going to start first of all talking about the foundation that I use as a foundation and concealer because it's the bomb. It's like the best thing ever. And I cover my tattoo. Well, I don't cover it like I did a demo because I don't really need to cover my tattoo. I don't care who sees it. But you know, some people want to go to work or maybe they have an interview or something and they need like a quick cover up, or I don't know, somebody got a tattoo and they don't want their parents to know, you know, so this is a good thing. What I like about this is that I used to use, I don't know, I forgot, another brand to cover a tattoo one time for a demo, but I had to color correct, and then, you know, there was like 3-4 steps with it, but with this foundation, I literally just put this on, some powder, you're good to go. Okay, now the main issue people are having with this foundation, from what I hear, because a lot of my followers, they tend to, like, they see me use this, so they'll message me. It's not a fake Dermacol in Malaysia. Yes, that's why it's best to always buy it from their foundation, because there's a lot of fake ones and knockoffs of these, so you're better off just going to their website and get it through there. So, as I was saying, I post this a lot on my Snapchat or, you know, sometimes on Instagram when I'm doing a video. And a lot of times people are like, what shade am I? What shade am I gonna get? I don't know what shade to get. So, the best thing out there ever, and actually, yeah, I think Dermacol told me about this a couple years ago. I think. So, I might be wrong, but whatever. It is, you go to the website findation.com, not foundation, find. You know, like when you're trying to find something? So it's called findation.com. So what you do there, that's how I got my shade with them, but because you just need to know one brand that you use. How we'll get original Herbalife? You get the original from the website, like from their website. They have their link on this page, so when you go there, you just get it from there. I wouldn't buy like from somewhere else because I wouldn't know if they're fake or not. So anyway, that's how I got my shade. What you do is you need to know one brand that you know the shade of. So let's say, for example, you know you're from MAC, for example, you know that you're NC30, for example. You'll put that in there and then they'll tell you what shade matches that exact one, so you'll know which Dermacol to buy. That's how I got mine. So, and the one that I got was a perfect match. Today I'm a little off with my skin because I used this self tanner. I was trying something on, so my body and my face is different, but whatever. So I'm just gonna use 2 different shades. My shade, oh, I'm sorry, my Instagram, duh. How did I not tell you guys that? Okay, so it's my name at SELDA.ASAN. Yeah. How can we know the fake Dermacol? I don't think you can know unless you buy it from like a different like website. Like so many people claim that they're selling this, and I hear that they're just knockoffs and stuff like that. So I would go to their Instagram page, click their link that they have in their bio, and just buy it from there. That's how I got mine. So my shade, when I'm not tan, when I'm white as hell, is 210. So 210 matched me because I was an NW20, I think, in MAC years ago, but it was just a tiny, like, tad bit lighter. So, but it still works because if you're gonna be contouring and all, whatever, I'm blabbing too much. Okay, so let's get started. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to mix 2 different shades because I'm a little off with my face today. I'm gonna be using 215. Actually, I'm going to be using 215, and then I'm going to use 212 as a concealer. Ooh, you could get the best of both worlds. So, or maybe I'll just use 209. I don't know. We'll just see as I go, whatever. But I recommend you go to foundation.com to find your shade, so this way you know exactly what shade to buy, because it's a little confusing when you don't know. And yeah. Hey Cassie! So let's get started. Now, before we start, just so you know, a tiny bit of this goes a long, like forever long way, okay? Really tiny goes a long way. And another thing is people who have dry skin, like sometimes I had some girls message me saying, oh, I have really dry skin and I bought the foundation and it was so cakey, this and that, whatever. Well, the problem with that is that you have to mix this with serum or moisturizer. You can't just use this on its own unless you have like super duper oily skin, then that's fine. But because it's so thick and because it's super coverage, like the coverage is crazy, I like to mix it with serum, and the one I use, sorry, I keep touching my hair, you know, because it's bothering me, is from Dali Moo. I've been using this serum for years, but you could use any serum you want, like any facial serum, or you can mix it with your favorite moisturizer. It doesn't matter. Hi from France. Oh my gosh, I've been wanting to go to France and Egypt. Say the number of the makeup cover. I did. So this number that I'm going to be using is 215, and then I'm going to be using their foundation to as concealer as well. So yeah, actually I have a darker shade from Dermacol. 223 is a little too dark, so what I'm gonna do is I'll just mix 215 and 223 for now, but usually I'm just 210, and you can make that happen if you go to that website. Of course, Anna. Hi from Pakistan. Whoa, Serbia. Neighbors. I grew up in Macedonia. I was born here in America, but I was raised in Europe, Macedonia. So, Serbia, we're neighbors. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you something right now, what I'm doing. You could use a plate, whatever the hell you want, okay? I'm using this palette. So what I did is I put the 223 and the 215, I mixed them, I put them here together. And then what I like to do is I'll take the serum, so I can't even see it, and I'll just add like a drop or 2. So, you see? And what I'm gonna do now is mix these 2 together to get my shade, only because, like I said before, I'm a little discolored. I don't know, whatever. So the best thing with this foundation is to mix it with serum. I'm telling you, it's heaven. Okay, So if you use it on its own, it will be cakey, especially if you're the type of person that doesn't want too much makeup on, but you want that full coverage, because let's say you have, I don't know, acne or scars or whatever. This is the best foundation, but a lot of times people get so freaked out because it's so full coverage and it's so like thick that they won't buy it. But I'm telling you, mix it with serum. So that's all I did. And I always like to use a brush to just push it in the skin first. Hold up. Is it true that this foundation can cover up tattoos? Yeah, I'm going to show you guys that in the end. I'm going to cover up this tattoo so you can see how quick and easy it is. I've done that before and I have video of that on my page. Hi Mom! My mom is always watching me. Okay, so what I'm doing is any brush really, because we're not going to be blending this in. We're just going to be pushing the product in first, and my favorite sponge to use is the Beauty Blender, so I totally recommend. You know what? Let me put my hair away from my face because this is pissing me off. So hold on a second. Because I keep touching my hair and it's really annoying me, so I could just imagine how you guys feel seeing me do this. Okay, so the best thing is to use a sponge with this foundation. I have a lot of mistake tattoos and I'm getting married soon and I want to cover up. Yes, girl, you will die, okay? I'm gonna take a little bit and see what I'm doing. Like, I'm just literally pressing into it because a tiny bit will go a long way. So, there we go. Oh, I already moisturized my skin before because I like to moisturize the skin and let the moisturizer really seep in to my skin. But look at this. I mean, tell me this isn't the shit. Look at it. Like, it's already so much coverage and I'm not even using that much, but I'm just doing the side, like half of the face so you guys can see. And whoa, the lighting here is a little weird, but where is this? Okay, so all you do is just push it into the skin, and it looks super light right now because I used more of the lighter color than I did of the darker color. But what you can do is, if this happens, you just use a darker color foundation to, ooh, it's hard to like do this and look at myself on the phone. Okay, let me look at myself in the mirror for a little bit. You get a darker foundation and just go over that either when you contour or whatever. Because I'm tan right now and the shade that I have is good for me for when I'm lighter, you know, not this dark. What I like to do is I like to take the foundation, just press it down. See? You see how like this here, my tan is completely different than my face? You just with the, wait, what? Are there retailers to help us match foundation? I don't think so. The only way I like to do it is, like I said earlier before, you go to foundation.com, not excuse me, not foundation, but foundation, and that's how you get your color match. So if you're using, let's say, this foundation as a cover-up, as a foundation, then you use a darker color to contour so you can blend everything together. If I'm saying by any chance you ended up getting the wrong shade or it's a little bit too light, like right now in my case I'm tan on my body and I don't tan my face, so where's the other foundation? So I don't like to tan my face at all. I just like to use it on the skin, like on my body, and then I'll just use a darker color foundation for my face. But I don't have the dark colors from Dermacol. I only have like the light ones, so that's why I'm looking a little funky right now. And the darkest one I have isn't dark enough. So it's still just the whole purpose. Like I'm just, let me see what's, only one, yes, it totally works amazing. I'm just trying to show you guys the coverage so you can see how amazing it is. And I used so little and there's so much left here. And I used a tiny bit, but I don't have the dark shades. So if I had the darker shade, then this would have been amazing. But right now we're just going to ignore the color, ignore the difference, and just focus on how amazing the coverage is. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so I just put it on with the brush, and all I'm doing now with the Beauty Blender is I'm just pushing it in. What I like about the Beauty Blender is that it just blends the makeup so amazing. Like, shop the original at Dermacol. Yes. Does it work for Asian skin? Of course, it works for any skin. It doesn't matter what race you are, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna use a darker color foundation just to contour, like just to add like some color, only because I don't have the shade that I need from Dermacol. But you guys saw the coverage. Whoa, that was too much. Too much. Well, if it's too much, then it's definitely not for you, sweetness, but it's perfect for me. So, okay, now that I have, oh yeah, by the way, this is definitely too much for your everyday regular people who just, you know, don't like makeup. And if that's you, then what you would do is use literally a drop. I put a little too much of this contour crap. Use a little bit, one of my buyers have trouble. But, yeah, well, this is for coverage. That's the thing, like, it's so thick and it has so much coverage that a tiny bit goes a long way. And it might look like it's too much only because the coverage is unbelievable. So to some people, like I used so little of this product that it totally looks like I have so much on, but I don't. If you see me in person, like it looks like skin. And that's what I like about this foundation is that it covers so amazing and it makes you look so damn flawless, but without you looking cakey. And it looks cakey right now because it's just so perfect. So, you know what I mean? It just has so much coverage. Like, I'm so obsessed with this foundation that I could use so little. I'm just using the brush I used before to kind of like blend everything together. Dermacol's Canadian. What oil did you use? I used the Dermacol, I used the Dolly Moo facial serum. It's a rose hip serum, but like I said before, you could use any type of serum. It doesn't have to be that specific brand. But as long as it's oily, you just need to, that's if you want sheer coverage. And like I said, you guys, this right now, the only reason why it looks like it's so much makeup is because the coverage is beyond, like I can't even explain. I just can't explain. I wish I had the darker shade so this way you would have been able to like really see the colors match perfectly. No, I don't speak French. I do speak 4 or 5 languages, but French is not one of them. So, thanks, sweet Laura. But anyway, like I was saying, once you have your shade, you'll be fine. And a tiny drop, like literally, you just do like one here, one here, one here, one here, and your whole face will be covered. and I just keep constantly pushing the product in with the Beauty Blender. I just wish I had my shade for my tan, but I don't. So, okay. Now what you can do, I'm not going to do it now only because I'm noticing that the foundation is light to begin with, because my body is so much darker than my face, and the darkest color that I have here isn't dark enough. But if I move back a little bit, like you could see, it's not that bad. No, I don't speak Spanish, and with the Kardashian type of contouring, you can use lighter shade as well, totally. All this is like preference, you guys. I'm a very super duper glam type of person. Like, I'm not into the subtle, natural. Like, I feel like if I'm gonna be wearing makeup, I might as well just wear makeup and go all out and just go crazy, you know? But if I'm like, for me, it's either I'm not wearing any makeup or I'm like full glam. There's one, or that's it. What color are you using now? I mixed 215 and 223. I think it was 223. Yes. So I mixed 215 and 223 together because I'm a little tan on my body, so I wanted to match it. But when I'm looking at myself in the mirror, like I have a mirror here in front of me, it doesn't look bad. But for some reason, like the lighting is so off, it makes my skin look different color. But it's not my shade. That's the thing. I don't have their super dark shades. If I had their darker shades, I would have been able to, you know, get the color better. But oh, well, then save up some money and you'll buy it. Okay, now what I normally would do is just, I don't think I should, well, you know what, I'll do it. Just so you guys can see that you can use their foundation as concealer too. Where is this? So I'm going to be using 212 as concealer. And I'm using a tiny bit. Now remember, you guys, this is not something you do if you're not into full glam makeup. This is something you do if you're going to a wedding or you're going, I don't know, somewhere and you just want a lot of makeup. Not everybody likes a lot of makeup. And for those who don't, you can still use this product, but what I would do is use less of the foundation and much more of a moisturizer, like whatever moisturizer you like, or if you have serum, or even if you have primer, just mix it with primer. You're gonna get that full coverage, but it'll still look like skin. So, well, I'm using 212. So I can't show it here because it's backwards. The camera is on backwards. Okay, so, and now if you guys want to know, you know, more details like where they ship, do they ship worldwide or stuff like that, I don't work for them, so I don't know. I can't answer that question. You can just email them or DM them and ask them, you know, all that fancy stuff. But like I was saying before, for the foundation, you go to foundation.com. Not foundation, but foundation. 218 and 222. Yes, totally, Victoria. You can use this as a spot concealer for sure. This was just me demonstrating to show you guys how amazing the foundation is and how full coverage it is. That a tiny bit just goes such a long way. And right now I'm just using the 212 shade as a concealer. And now, like I said, I like a full glam, but you don't have to do this, okay? You can skip this part or you can just use a tiny bit, but I like to get a little dramatic, if you know what I mean. So that's why I like to go a little bit lower. I'm a makeup artist, you guys, and this is what I do for a living. Like, you know, if some of you don't like a lot of makeup, that's totally fine, whatever floats your boat, but you don't have to knock the people who do like to wear makeup, you know? I mean, not that I care, because I'm the type of person that I don't care what people think, but other people do. And you don't see me walk around saying, oh my gosh, you're not wearing any makeup, like you're so ugly. No, it's your business. Okay, so you could skip this part. Do you first apply it with a beauty blender? Well, I used a brush first. See, what I like about this live video is that you can go back and see it later. It'll be up for 24 hours, so I explain exactly what I like to do or how to do it. So if you missed anything, just when this live session ends, just go back and check. Everything will be there. All the information is there. So now I'm just going over with the same foundation that I had before to kind of blend everything together. And again, guys, like I said, this is not something you would do if you're not into wearing too much makeup. And since I don't have the right shade with me right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to blend everything out later with, let me just use a little bit more of this dark one, with like powders and stuff. So you have to improvise. Like if you buy a foundation, if you buy a foundation and it's too light or too dark, then what you could do is, if it's too dark, just mix it with a lighter foundation, or if it's too light, mix it with a darker one, you know. Like in my case, right now, I didn't have a darker color foundation from Dermacol, so I'm just using this contour stick to kind of like bring back a little bit of color, because I tanned my body and not my face. Don't ask why. Okay, so while I'm still blending the crap away from my face, I'll be answering some questions. Let me see. Of course you have to blend it. I mean, it's not a BB cream. You'll never get this type of coverage with a BB cream, that's for sure. And this is a lot of blending for me. I'm doing this because I'm mixing different colors. So if I had my shade like I do when I'm light, and I only use the 212, I literally just put it on even with my hands. I don't even use like a brush or a sponge or whatever. I'll just use my hands and I'll mix it with the serum and I'm done. But this right now is because I have to record a video later for my Instagram page. So in order to look like really flawless on camera, you have to be really cakey, and you know, so that's why I'm just blending all this stuff away, because it'll show on camera later. It's not for beginners, it's totally for beginners, it's for anybody. Just because I'm using extra and because I'm doing some extra stuff, this is just me showing you guys how I apply my makeup. And if you're into makeup or you like a full glam, then good, you're learning something. And if you don't, you know, you don't have to watch, but this is for anybody. All you literally have to do is take one tiny drop, pat all over your face. You could even use your hands if you wanted to, mix it with some serum, and you're done. All this that I'm doing, you do not have to do. I'm doing this because I'm here live to demonstrate how I use the product. I don't work for them, or I don't, you know, sell the product, so I can't just come here and be like, do a, you know, a 2-minute thing like, oh yeah, this is what the foundation does, you know? Like, I'm here taking my time to show you guys how I do my makeup. And like I said, you don't have to do this. You can totally be done by putting the foundation on, put some powder on, you're out the door, you don't have to worry about nothing, okay? So, does it go on oily skin? Yes. I use Dali Mousse Serum. It's the brand that I've been using for years. They're an organic, what the hell? They're an organic company, so I love them because I've been using them for so long. Okay, so what I like to do, the new Dermacol, it's preference really. What I like to tell people is to always try things themselves. Like, it's what I used to teach my students when I was teaching classes. Oh, by the way, I'm using just a normal puff sponge. I like to do this when I'm done at the end, so if there's like any excess or like too much product on my face, it just picks it up. And like I said, in the mirror here, it doesn't look that bad, but I don't know with the lighting there. What was I saying, you guys? I forgot. I totally forgot what I was saying. Oh, okay. Let's start from the beginning. If you can't find your shade and you don't know what shade you are with Dermacol, go to foundation.com. That's where I went. You just need to know one brand that you know your shade from, like your perfect shade from whatever brand, and then type that in and it'll tell you which Dermacol foundation is your match. And like I said before, that my perfect match is 212, but that is like way too light. That's for winter, like when I'm not tanning or, you know, doing all that stuff. Like, it's the perfect match, but I'm pale. Like, I'm normally a very, you know, pale person. Is that even the right word? Like, I have light skin, so that one matches me perfect. Yeah, so then what you do is, oh yeah, this is what I was saying. Good for dry skin, totally. But always mix this foundation. I recommend always mixing the foundation with serum or moisturizer. Don't just use it on its own, because it can get too heavy on your skin, especially if you're someone that doesn't like makeup like me. Then you might be turned off by it, or you might be like, oh, this is way too much for me. That's why I recommend you using moisturizer. Okay. For tattoos, do you use the foundation that matches your face? Well, yeah, I mean, because what I do is I match my face to my skin. So whatever foundation I have on my face, it's supposed to match my skin. And today I think I'm gonna mix again like 2 different colors just to show you like how quick you can cover up this tattoo. Okay, what I'm gonna do is use translucent powder to set my face. You could use any translucent powder. I'm using one from Chanel. My favorite one is from Laura Mercier, but I'm out of it. I need to go buy some more. Does it help to cover dark circles? Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. It helps, guys, with everything. This is another step you can skip. This is called baking, for those who don't know. I like to do this, and while this sits on my skin, I'll like finish off with my makeup or my hair, or let's say, you know, my lipstick, whatever it is that I have left going on. This is really good to do if you have really oily skin and you want your makeup to last. My makeup, you guys, can literally last through a hurricane, okay? Do you use red base corrector before applying foundation to your tattoo? No, that's what I was explaining before about this foundation. That's what I love about this one, is that you don't need to correct your skin. I used to do that when I would use different brands. I would have to like correct it first and then add the foundation and like all that stuff. And with this one, you don't have to do that, and that's what I love about it. But you do need a setting powder. So, because you do have to set your tattoo. Even if the tattoo is big and dark, yes. If you go through their page, you'll see they have I think they have like a bunch of videos where you see them covering like all sorts of different tattoos. Should I bake with dry skin? I do, and I used to do that on my clients too. I always did this part on clients, But if it's like super dry and you get really, really dry under the eyes, all I would do is just use like a brush, something like this, that's not too big and not too small, but something that's soft, and take the powder and then just lightly go under the eyes or wherever you know you tend to be oily, and literally just pat, do this. And you don't have to bake, you don't have to leave it on, but for the summer, like, I would. Do you use serum for the tattoo? No. Can blend it with, is it new? I haven't tried the new foundation from Dermacol. I didn't even know they had one. Interesting. Okay, so while this is baking, I'm just going to show you guys how I cover the tattoo. Now, the one advice I have when if you're going to be covering a tattoo, don't use a sponge or a brush. Like, I feel like it moves the product away. So just use your fingertip and literally like lightly pat it onto your skin. You know, the warmth of your skin will help it cover better. Actually, I'm going to take this off, this powder, because I don't want it on that long. But if you guys go to my page on Instagram, and if you see my videos, you'll understand why I'm doing all these steps and why I'm putting so much on. It's because it's for camera and it's for video, so you need to really be extra. But if I'm literally like 95% of the time, I'm not even wearing any makeup at all. Like, when I go out, I don't wear no makeup at all. So when I'm wearing makeup, I'm gonna be having some fun, okay? We get a lip liner. Okay, so let me do the tattoo cover up first, just in case, you know, you guys want to leave. I'll do that. Okay, so I'm gonna use 215. Where is it? The 215. It might be a little too light, I think. Let's see. To cover my tattoo. So I'm using that. All you do is literally, it's a little too dark, but whatever. You start patting. And when you pat it on, just make sure you blend out these edges so they don't look weird. But do you see how fast this covered? Like, hello. I mean, hello. I didn't even color correct. I didn't do nothing, and it's completely covered. But what I like to do, just in case, is after you just make sure you blend out the edges with your finger. Don't use, what shade did you use? I use 215 right now. Blend out the edges around the tattoo so it blends, you know, with your hand so it doesn't look weird. And where is it? I'm gonna use a brush to set it with translucent powder. You could use any type of powder, meaning as long as it's translucent, make sure it has no color. So then what I do is I pat the translucent powder on. The position is a little awkward because my camera stand is broken, so I'm like trying to, okay. So after I do that, I like to go one more time. So what I'm gonna do, since I already used 215, it was just a tiny bit dark for me. I'm gonna use 213. Tiny bit, tiny bit. And go over it. Make sure when you go over it, you do, you wait for it to dry. Like, you put the translucent powder on first and then you go over it again. So there you go. Sorry, I have to see what I'm doing, but you guys can see, like, without even correcting the tattoo, I was able to completely cover it. this. So right now I'm just using a brush to like blend the edges around it so it doesn't look blotchy. So once you like blend everything, you see what I mean? Now, to pick the perfect shade. Yes, Dermacol is used for every type of skin condition. How to pick the perfect shade. I explained that in the beginning, but just in case you guys aren't gonna, you know, rewatch it, because to some people it's boring. So I'm using the translucent powder again, and I'm just setting it, putting a lot of powder. So what I'm gonna do now, since this will be my last time, I'm gonna let this powder just sit there, and I'll brush it off later. So while this is basically like what I did on my face, I was baking. So I'm doing the same thing here. I'm gonna let that sit. While that is sitting, I'm gonna be finishing off with my makeup. So, so much powder. So now, for those who missed it, you go to sold in the US, what do I get? Like I said, guys, don't ask me questions about where it's sold or, you know, where they ship and stuff like that. I have no idea. I don't work for Dermacol. I'm just a fan. So I'm here, you know, showing you guys like how I use it. Go to foundation.com. It's not foundation, it's F-I-N-D-A-T-I-O-N, whatever, foundation.com, and that's how you'll find your shade. Okay, let's get this out of here. Okay, so now that that is settled, I'm going to be using bronzer to bronze up my face. And if you guys want to see makeup tutorials, you could head over to my Instagram page, which is at Selda Asan, SELDA.ASAN, if you wanna. If you don't, that's still fine. Yes. So whatever questions you guys have, Hugh just sent you guys a message there. Ask them, because like I said, I don't know where they ship or if they ship worldwide or, you know, how much it is. Like, I don't know none of that stuff. I'm just a huge fan of their products. I love it. I've been using them for years, and yeah. So I'm just using a bronzer from It Cosmetics. You definitely don't have to do this. This is not everybody's cup of tea. Yes, it's totally waterproof. Once you do this, you could go in the water and swim. Okay, so I'm just gonna brush this off, the powder that I had. And guys, check it out. I don't have a tattoo. What? It was that easy. You see what I mean? It was so easy. Okay, let me show you now. Well, no, I don't have to show you because you guys already know I have a tattoo. Duh, you saw, you saw it there. So there we go. I had a tattoo and now I don't. It's so simple. It's literally 2 steps. All you need is just the foundation and a setting powder to set it. Thank you, Top Trends. Yes, that's my username. Yes, it's waterproof. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of blush. Yes. So while I'm doing this, you guys, if you have any questions, please ask me now before I log off, because I'm gonna be heading over to my page to record a tutorial on how I covered the tattoo. So if you guys missed it, I'm going to be recording this right after I'm done here. And I'm going to be recording it for my page, and I'll be posting it, I don't know, either later today, tomorrow. No idea. Yes, Penny, isn't it like the best? They are so amazing. Where is it? Let me bronzer. Why not? Right? I mean, a little bit of bronzer didn't kill anybody. So, let's do that. Okay. You guys, like I showed you before, it was so fast to cover up the tattoo. Oh, okay. I thought that question was for me. I'm just gonna use some highlighter to add some glow to my skin. I'm using Becca Cosmetics Champagne Pop highlighter because it's just popping. And that is it. I'm gonna be putting on lipstick later because I know, you know, some of you probably need to go, but I just wanted to show you guys how amazing this foundation is and how full coverage it is, that it's seriously one of my favorite foundations. And what I love about this foundation too is that so many times I've mixed this foundation with other foundations. Like, let's say I have one from, it's all the way over there, my favorite one, there's from Chanel, this foundation, and it was too dark for me, so I was like, oh crap, but I love the foundation so much. And then I just mixed it with this to get that super duper full coverage because that one wouldn't do it. So I used it. That's the good thing about this foundation, is that you can mix it with anything. You can make this into a BB cream, you guys. I've done that just by mixing the foundation with moisturizer. And you are literally set for the day. Your makeup won't be going anywhere, okay? I'm not gonna be putting my lipstick on here because it's just gonna take some time, and I don't think you guys need to sit here and watch me put my lipstick on. But yeah, so the tattoo, you saw how easy that was. You don't have to color correct to cover up a tattoo when you use the Dermacol foundation. You literally just need a dab. And if you guys have any questions, and if you just joined or you just, you know, came here, watch the video for the beginning. In the beginning is where I'm explaining a lot more about the product and where you can find your shade and all that stuff. And yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go finish off my makeup so I could go record a tutorial on how I did this. And that's about it. If you guys want to follow me, you can follow me on @Selda.Asan, SELDAASAN. And I will see you guys on my page. Okay? That's it. I hope you guys had fun. This one is actually gonna load. Thanks, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, if you guys have any questions, just DM them. They will help you out. They're amazing. I love this company. I love their products. They're just amazing. That's it. I want to thank you for having me here. And yeah, I'm just gonna go because I tend to keep blabbing. Okay? So rewatch the video so you guys can see how fast this coverage happened. Okay? Because this is flawless. I mean, I wish you could guys see me in person. I look like a porcelain doll. Okay? Yes, I do. Okay. Thanks. So I will see you guys. Bye. Thanks, Dermacol, for having me here. I love you. And I'll see you on the page.